Peace of Mind is a national program for non-profit hospices to help them keep patients and their pets together at the time when they need each other the most.
When I was a chaplain, I had the opportunity to observe the role of pets in the home of hospice patients. And because I'm a veterinarian, I think I see that a little differently than maybe the average staff person would. There was an elderly couple that had been married for 60 years, and they were in assisted living when he came on to hospice with us. And at one point there was a knock on their door, and they went to answer the door, and standing outside was a little four-legged black and tan weenie dog. And they were able to make arrangements to keep this dog, and they named him Stretch. He would bark at the door when we arrived, and the man would pet his dog during the course of our visit. Unfortunately, what happened was that his wife started to decline. She started to have some problems with her memory, and so his care started to suffer as well. They decided to put them in the same facility in an area where the dog couldn't go. And so what happened was Stretch ended up going to live with one of the brothers out of state. And the change in the husband was just overwhelming for us. We would come to visit, and he would be in the back room with the lights turned off. And the last visit, when I went to visit him, he was sitting on his bed with the television on, and he was talking to no one in particular and petting an invisible dog beside him. And I will never forget that. That was such a powerful thing to me. And I think we could have made a difference. He died that night. And I think we could have changed the way that he died if we had intervened.
The importance and the value of animals in our lives as companions can't be overstated. Many times in support groups, people tell me that they wouldn't get out of bed if they didn't have to feed the horses or walk the dog. Its time has come. I think it's an essential part of caring for the family.
This isn't just about pets. This is about patient care and about making it better.
Another aspect of end-of-life experience can be a loneliness, because other people don't know how to be around you. So you're lonely, but you really don't want visitors. And that's where their dog or their cat or their pet doesn't care. They don't have those expectations of being entertained or that you are having to put on a happy face. You can be whatever you are. They meet you right where you are. They meet you right where you are, and they're fine with it.
There are a lot of hospices out there doing this secretly, that they have individual staff members who understand this but have never had it named, and that they are trying to help in ways that they can.
Our goal is to develop a national network of hospices so that all patients, no matter where they live, can get help with the care of their pet. It supports caregivers by providing an extra set of hands and relieves some of the workload so they can spend more time with the patient.
Patients rely on their hospice team to help guide them through the end of life. So empowering hospices to add this important element of comfort and peace of mind is a very powerful way to support patients.
Pet Peace of Mind offers hospices the training materials and funding to deliver in-home volunteer pet care services for patients.
I think it's going to catch on like wildfire. I think somebody just needed to invent a vocabulary for us.
It provides routine pet care that maybe has not been addressed in the patient's life in the last short time before they came onto hospice. And an example of that would be providing routine vaccinations, heartworm testing, and heartworm preventative.
In addition to routine care, the program also provides hospices with training to arrange grooming, boarding, how to exercise a pet correctly, how to get food supplies into place.
Pet Peace of Mind helps ensure a positive outcome for the pet's future by providing hospices with the tools to facilitate adoptions. Helping to find a future home for the patient's pet offers some peace of mind.
Imagine what a difference this program would have made for Stretch and his owner, and there are thousands of stories like that.
We had a patient who had been in a nursing home for some time. We learned that at home there was a poodle that had been in the family for 13 years. The wife and family were so concerned about getting to and from to visit him that they forgot about the dog until we were able to tell them about the program. The case manager notified me that he had been transferred to an inpatient hospice because he was declining rapidly. When I walked in the room, the patient was at a place where he was no longer able to speak, but his eyes were open as he was laying in the bed. And I came in holding Ginger in my arms, and he reached his hand up to her, and her little tail started wagging furiously, and she started licking his hand. And so I put her down on the bed, and she crawled on her belly up to him and curled up underneath his arm in her same old place, and they spent the next 2 hours together. And then he became unresponsive, and I took her back home, and he passed away that night. And that to me was such a powerful time of a bond that had been forgotten, that even the patient at the end of his life remembered and was important to him as part of saying goodbye. You can make a difference in the life of a person who doesn't have much life left to live. You can make a difference in the life of a pet who's about to lose the most important person in their life by donating to this program.